The police officer who wrote a presidential memo alleging a former presidential aide's political meddling faces hours and hours of questioning by the prosecution. 8 more bodies of the Oryong boat crew were found in the Bering Sea off Russia. Search efforts are being stymied by bad weather. And with retirement age to be extended to 60 in just 2 years, the government will start promoting a wage peak system at public corporations. Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Friday, December 5th. I'm Luke Clary. The prosecution is speeding up its investigation into the allegation of a former presidential aide's interference in state affairs. The police officer believed to have written the memo concerning this interference was questioned on Thursday for over 19 hours.
The tired-looking police superintendent Park Gwan-cheon leaves the Prosecutors Office building at 4:40 on Friday morning. He had been grilled for more than 19 hours since Thursday morning. Park said he had fully cooperated with the investigation but did not answer the reporters' questions about the authenticity of the memo or how the internal document was leaked. The police officer reportedly testified at the questioning that the memo had been based on convincing information. He was questioned about the authenticity of the document for 12 hours since 9:20 on Thursday morning. He was then probed about how the memo was leaked until early Friday morning. The prosecution will review requesting an arrest warrant for the police officer when enough evidence has been found to charge him with the memo leakage.
On Thursday, 8 more bodies of the Oryong boat crew were found in the Bering Sea off Russia. KBS contacted by phone the captain of a ship that's participating in the search operations, who says that the search efforts are being stymied by inclement weather.
More than 10 ships have been deployed to search for the missing crew of the sunken Oryong fishing boat. In a phone interview with KBS on Thursday, the South Korean captain of a Russian ship said that the search efforts were hampered by inclement weather conditions. Meanwhile, attention is being focused on the exact cause of the sinking, as the contents of communication between the Oryong crew and nearby ships at the time of the accident have been disclosed. The Oryong crew removed all the water from the fish container at first, but the water apparently gushed in again later, causing the boat to tilt suddenly to the port side. The crew presumably tried to recover the ship's balance with the help of the wind and waves by turning it 180 degrees. However, it was to no avail and the boat eventually sank.
바로 생존 구조가 제대로 안 되고 이렇게 된 데 대해서 정말 가슴 아프게 생각하고.
Minister of Oceans and Fisheries Lee Ju-young visited the accident response headquarters on Thursday to offer his condolences to the families of the missing crew, but met with complaints over the government's failure to tackle the situation in a timely manner.
North Korean workers sent to China are returning home to renew their visas. The problem is that the workers don't know when they'll be going back to China because North Korea's toughened quarantine measures against Ebola forces workers into isolation. The shortage of North Korean workers has forced some Chinese plants to shut down.
North Korean workers gather at Dandong Station in China to return home. They pass the time playing cards while waiting to leave the country. And the North Korean official is busy collecting their passports. These workers are returning to North Korea to have their visas renewed, but it's uncertain when they'll be back at work in China. That's because Pyongyang's strengthened quarantine measures against Ebola mandate that they remain isolated for at least 3 weeks upon their return to North Korea. Chinese companies that have been employing North Korean workers are left to deal with the losses. This company's 24 North Korean employees have not yet returned, forcing operations at its factory to temporarily shut down. Innocent parties are suffering from the fallout of China's toughened stance on issuing visas, as well as North Korea's strengthened Ebola quarantine measures.
2 years from now, the official retirement age will be extended to the age of 60, which means more wage pressure for businesses. In the face of concerns that corporations may simply stop hiring to save costs, some say overhauling the wage system by way of wage peaks is necessary to minimize the burden. The government has decided to start promoting the wage peak system at public corporations.
This company adopted a wage peak system this year. The company extended its employees' retirement age before it becomes mandatory 2 years from now. The company's labor and management have agreed to cut the wages of employees who are 59 years old by 10% from their salary received the previous year, and another 10% when they turn 60.
만 58세이던 정년을 60세로 연장하게 되었습니다. 이에 따라 임금 피크제도 함께 도입하게 되었습니다.
Companies whose workforce exceeds 300 employees will be required to extend their employees' retirement age to 60 in 2016. Only 1 year is left before the new regulation takes effect. However, only 17% of private firms and 31% of public and quasi-public corporations have adopted the wage peak system. If the wage system remains unchanged despite the extended retirement age, companies will face greater wage pressure because of a large number of long-term employees receiving high salaries. As a result, companies may simply stop hiring.
신규로 채용도 하고 정년도 연장하기 위해서는 임금을 좀 낮춰받는 그런 임금 피크제가 필요한 상황입니다.
The government plans to convene a public corporations management committee meeting next week to finalize budget guidelines with regard to the implementation of the wage peak system in public corporations.
Even sending a child to a kindergarten near home is getting tougher in Korea. The Seoul Metropolitan Office of Education has limited the number of applications as competition to enter top kindergartens intensifies. But parents complain that the government system is just causing more confusion.
At this kindergarten in Seoul, a lottery to pick incoming students for next year has started.
47번 축하드립니다.
There were no restrictions for kindergarten applications up until last year. But with competition intensifying due to parents filing a multitude of applications to multiple schools, the Seoul Metropolitan Office of Education set up application dates to ease the problem. Private kindergartens in a certain area are divided into 3 groups, and including 1 or 2 public kindergarten groups, parents are now only allowed to apply up to 4 times on specific dates. But the problem is that this decision was made only a week ago. In some areas, kindergartens are lumped together in one group, making it difficult for parents to send their children to the kindergarten of their choice.
저희 동네는 나분이 없어. 이게 대책에 대해서는 멘붕이라 아직 생각을 해본 적이 없어요. 놀이학교를 보내야 될지.
The Seoul Metropolitan Office of Education commissioned college professors to come up with this revised system over the past 6 months.
학부모님들의 혼란도 대단했어요. 그래서 그런 제안들이 있었기 때문에 저희가 올 초부터 이것에 대한 해결 방안을 강구하고자 저희가 시작을 했고.
But the new application rules are not very realistic, and the legal grounds for canceling the registration of multiple applicants are rather vague. It seems for now that parents of kindergarten-bound children are left only with growing confusion and indecision.
The Napa cabbage harvest has been hit hard by the cold spell. Farmers are devastated because they can't receive proper compensation for their crops because prices plummeted earlier in the year.
A Napa cabbage field is blanketed in snow. The cabbages are completely frozen. Some 20,000 Napa cabbages at this field were frozen due to the cold spell and heavy snow that hit the nation over the past several days. Farmers in South and North Chungcheong provinces and the Gangwon area, which have been hit the hardest, have given up on harvesting their cabbages. the government has decided to pay farmers compensation of around 30 cents per cabbage as prices have plummeted this year due to oversupply. 130,000 tons of cabbages will be disposed of right on the farms. So far, 80,000 tons of Napa cabbages have been discarded, and 50,000 tons more are to be discarded soon. However, frozen cabbages are excluded from the measure.
시장 가격 조정하기에 따른 수급 안정 사업으로 그 배추를 폐기시키는데 상품성이 없는 거는 저희들이 신청을 받을 수 없습니다.
늦게라도 주문이 좀 들어올까 해서 남겨뒀다가 시기를 놓치는 바람에 이렇게 얼려서 버리게 됐네요, 배추를.
Farmers are devastated as they can neither sell nor receive compensation for their frozen crops.
The Cheonan Navy vessel sunk by a North Korean torpedo in 2010 has been given new life as the subject of a new exhibition. The military will use the Cheonan facility to educate officers and the general public on national security.
The Cheonan Navy vessel split in half starkly portrays the March 2010 tragedy. An exhibition venue has opened at the site of the naval corvette with hopes of consoling the spirits of the 46 soldiers killed in action and strengthening the nation's resolve to prevent such an incident from ever happening again. An observatory on the 4th floor provides an overlooking view of the Cheonan. Also displayed at an exhibition hall are relics of the vessel, including parts of the chimney and gas turbine room that were detached during the attack on the vessel. A memorial installment was also built to commemorate the fallen soldiers. The structure was inspired by the Taeguk design of the Korean flag, made with 46 carvings to remember the 46 victims.
그래도 많이 이렇게 정부에서 이렇게 해주시고 여러분들이 이렇게 다 협조해 주신 게 감사하는 마음으로 고맙게 생각하고 있습니다.
The facility has opened after a year and a half since construction began in June last year at a cost of $6.3 million. The Cheonan exhibition will be used to fire up combat preparedness for men in uniform and display the value of national security to regular civilians. Anyone can visit the facility after making reservations on the Navy website at least 3 days in advance.
The ambitious upcoming KBS drama series The Healer will air starting next week. The script was written by Song Jin-ah, famous for her work on the hit 1995 drama Sandglass. That and much more in our entertainment news roundup.
KBS's soon-to-be-aired Monday and Tuesday evening TV show is based on the motif of the earlier hit series Sandglass, and thus the story begins in the year 1992. Events transpire among a group of college friends involved in the democratic movement of the 1990s. 20 years pass and their children come to face those events once again. Scriptwriter Song Jin-ah, one of the most trusted names in the industry, has teamed up with producer Lee Jung-sup, famous for the hit drama Bread, Love, and Dreams. Their latest team effort is the new KBS drama Healer. The cast includes actors Ji Chang-wook, Yoo Ji-tae, and Bang Min-young. The first episode airs at 10 p.m. Monday. Singer Sung Si-kyung's latest release, Don't Forget, has topped major domestic music portals. The song was released before sales commenced for his special album, Winter Wonderland. Newcomer Kwon Jin-ah is a featured vocalist. Don't Forget has been previously covered by major artists like Lee Moon-se and Lee So-ra, but Sung has been lauded for reinterpreting the song in his characteristically sophisticated style. Actor Yoo Seung-ho has completed his military service of 1 year and 9 months. Wasting no time getting back to work, he expressed plans to hold fan meetings in Korea, Japan, and China this month, and resume acting in director Kim Dae-sung's new movie, Chosun Magician.
Garlic is a world-renowned superfood, but some people shun the potent little bulbs because of their strong smell and taste. Here's how to enjoy the health benefits of garlic without being overpowered. Bad breath and spiciness are the biggest hurdles when it comes to eating garlic. Nonetheless, many people regularly eat it for its health benefits.
항염증, 그리고 면역력을 향상시키는 효능, 그리고 항바이러스 효능이 있어 환절기, 감기 예방에도 좋습니다.
Garlic grown in Korea is known for its high quality. Here's how to choose the best garlic.
꿀고소로만이 이렇게 좀 갸름한 것이, 국산은 이렇게 갸름하고 쪽이 좋고 예뻐요.
When buying whole garlic bulbs, choose one that's heavy and solid. You can store your garlic for a long time if you put it in an easily ventilated net and hang it up in a shaded spot. Peeled garlic can be stored in the fridge for about 5 days. Here's how to enhance the flavor of garlic and get rid of its spicy taste. Marinate whole garlic bulbs in milk or oil to block the strong smell. You can also remove the spiciness by frying or deep frying.
마늘의 매운맛을 없애려면 다양한 방법이 있는데 그중에서 볶거나 튀기거나 찌거나 굽게 되면은 매운맛도 없어지고 더 마늘의 맛을 즐길 수 있습니다.
Here's how to peel garlic without hurting your hands. Cut off the roots with a knife. Then put the garlic cloves in a microwave for about 30 seconds. Then press the garlic cloves slightly and the peel comes off easily.
마늘을 갈아가지고 냉동고에 보관을 하는데요. 이렇게 납작하게 한 다음에 찌개 같은 거나 국을 끓일 때 이렇게 부러뜨려가지고 사용할 수 있는 양만큼 해서 사용을 하거든요. 굉장히 편합니다.
The strong smell of garlic is hard to get rid of even by brushing your teeth. But you can do it easily by drinking green vegetable juice or milk, or by eating peanuts. A cup of green tea works wonders in tackling bad breath thanks to flavonoids contained inside. Many people find garlic strong and spicy flavor delicious. But if you don't worry. With these tips, you can still enjoy the many health benefits of garlic.
Now we'll take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. And that's it for this edition of News Today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again on Monday. Have a great weekend. Goodbye.